Today on Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, we are canning corn. Let's get started on today's video. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Misty from Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. I did a video about 2 years ago on how to can frozen corn. Well, it was one of my early on videos and I'm not real happy about it, though it still gets a lot of views. So I wanted to remake this video and give some updated information on the video. I am taking my guidance straight out of the Ball Complete Canning book. If you do not have any other canning books, get this book. I do have other canning books that I like to use, but this is my go-to, and you can't go wrong using the Ball book. So I will leave a link for this in the description below. If you don't have one, you can go pick you one up. It is well worth it. I am going to be making pint jars. These are washed and sterilized. In each jar, I am going to put about a half a teaspoon of canning salt. Now, I didn't do this in my previous video. It really needs a little extra salt. And in case that you can't eat a lot of salt, you can omit it. Okay. I like putting my canning salt in these big mason jars, Ball jars, simply because it is a lot easier to keep it from getting moisture in it. So, okay, this is just regular sweet corn, Bird's Eye, any brand, as long as it doesn't have a lot of extra additives into it, will work. This one does not, it just has corn in it. I find it easier just to pour some in a bowl. Honestly, I'm not canning this whole bag today, but we all know the food shortages going on, and I am in agreement with a lot of other channels that have talked about it lately. I think we're just getting started. So go pick up these big bags. If you have like a Sam's membership or Costco, go get these big bags, and to help from taking up all your freezer space, you can can it. It's not hard to do, and I highly recommend it. It tastes wonderful. Now, I know you're thinking, well, couldn't you just go buy canned corn? Absolutely. And I don't think it's a bad thing to have some of that stuff on hand, especially if you find a good sale on it. But I like doing the fresh corn or the frozen corn simply because it's just got a better flavor to it, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. I have a designated canning spot. So what I'm going to do is just fill up my jars, and no, we have yet to find my canning funnel, so we're going to pick another one up soon. Now, you don't want to overpack your jars. I would say don't go any further than the line right there. So, talking about food shortages, what are some of the foods that you are preserving for your family? If you're not preserving anything, I would highly recommend that you do so. Just get some stuff stocked up. If nothing else, go get you a 5-gallon food grade bucket from Lowe's or any of the box stores and get beans and rice. Because as long as you have something, your family is going to have some food. Okay. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I had all kinds of canned food and frozen food. I took up space under my bedroom, our bed in our bedroom, in a corner in our bedroom, a shelf in our bedroom. So I made space for it, is what I'm trying to say, even though we didn't have a lot of space. Lucky, did you eat my funnel?
If I could be.
Did you eat my funnel. Okay, now that my jars are full, I'm just going to pour over this hot water. I'm going to leave about a 1/4 inch headspace.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I have a brand new box of lids. It's never been opened. I've heard some people say they prefer the ball lids, but I got these when lids were hard to find. Got them at the dollar store, and they worked just fine. We've canned a lot of food with them. I haven't had any trouble with them at all. Now, I wiped the top of these rims with a paper towel with some vinegar on it, just to make sure we cleaned off any extra stuff. Used to, they would recommend that you boil your lids, but now they say you don't have to. So, take that step out and make it easier on everybody. My assistant over there is going to hand me some rings. I'm just making these finger tight. I'll need one more. I would recommend every time you go to the store, pick up some more jars. My husband's giving me a look of like, you've got to be crazy. But I think jars will be something else that they'll have supply chain issues. So never hurts to get more jars. This is a Power XL pressure canner. It has a canning setting on it. I would not recommend using a regular Instapot, which I have one of those too, as y'all know. But this has a canning setting on it. The other thing, if you're in a higher elevation, I wouldn't necessarily say this was good to use either, because it pressurizes right at 10 pounds. We're going to pour water in here about 1/4 ways up.
Okay. It's
all right. Just go ahead and pour it.
Everybody gets to see my ugly head.
Okay, I'm gonna need one more. We are going to put our lid on.
Too far over, right.
Okay, we've got our lid on. I want to make sure it's on pressure. The little knob's turned the right way. Let's turn this way and see it. Here is the canning. And we put it on for 55 minutes. That's what's recommended in the ball book of doing corn, so that's what we're going with. I'm going to let this come to pressure, let it do its thing, and then I'm going to naturally release it. I'm not going to turn that early. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So it'll be a couple of hours before we see you back here. It'll be just a minute for you. One thing I like to use my corn for is Cowboy Caviar. I did a video on that. I'll leave it up here in the cards so you can go check that video out as well. Alright, we'll see you back here in an hour. Okay, my pressure canner has released. And take the lid off. Remember, always open up away from your face. And you've got beautiful corn. Remember, in the description below is going to be a link that you can get your own ball book. I highly recommend that rather than just rely on what a YouTuber says do, you go to your ball book. You can't go wrong. So, thank you so much for joining us today on Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. Enjoy my membership. We are going to be giving a lot of good giveaways and things to come. We'll see you guys on the next video. I love that sound.
You got big holes right in that.
Huh? That is music to a canner's ears.